writers! We've been doing a great job of thinking of ideas to write about. We've been using our story hand along the way, and today I want to show you how our illustrations can really help us to plan out our writing. So I'm going to show you a book that I like, that you've seen before. It's been a couple weeks since I showed you this book. Actually, I showed you a read aloud from the author, Where Are You From? By Jamie Kim. And I want to show you a couple pages in this book because I think the illustrations by Jamie Kim are beautiful. I apologize, the book is not written by Jamie. It is illustrated by Jamie, is what I meant. So there's just a lot of beautiful details. I especially like, I'm going to skip ahead to some photos. There's her with her grandpa out in nature. This one I think is really pretty. And this one I love. I love all the details of them on their horses, their ponchos. Let's look at a couple other ones. Oh, this one's really pretty out on the water. I like the sun shining off the water. That's pretty to me. So I really want to be fearless like Jamie. So I'm going to think of a story. I'm going to pull out my story hand for help. And I can pull out my writing topics and things that are good. I'm going to look at my things that are good today. Lou, of course, is on here. Horses, trees. I have an idea. I could write about Lou's first camping trip. Or, actually the second time I took her camping when we went out on the water, her first time going out in the lake. That was a really fun day for me that I remember in my head. And that might be a fun thing to draw too. So I'm going to take out my story hand. And I'm going to think about the people in the story. The people would be me and my husband Matt and Lou. It was just the three of us camping. Oh, how could I forget? Also Ladybird, our dog. She was also there. But she didn't go out in the water. She loves swimming out in the water, but we wanted to pay attention to the baby and not have to worry about our dog. So Ladybird was actually tied up at our campsite while we played in the water, which made her a little sad. The location was at a mountain lake that we went camping at up in Washington. And then we have 3 details. So the first detail was we had an inner tube and it was blue. We had a blue inner tube and Lou was wearing the cutest little bathing suit that was blue with little pink watermelons on it. So those are 2 details I remember. The third detail I remember is that Lou kept taking off my sunglasses and she almost was throwing them into the water because she liked my sunglasses. And then my feelings were that it made my heart really happy because it was a special time. I love playing in the water and I love camping, so it was really exciting to take baby Lou out to do those things too. So if I was writing my story, I got to a point where I wanted an illustration. I want to be a fearless illustrator, just like Jamie. So, man, looking at Jamie's, I wish I could draw horses like she can, but if my story, just because I can't maybe make the water as beautiful as hers, should that stop me? No, I want to be fearless in my drawing, just like I'm being fearless in my writing. So I want to make sure that I include all the details, even if I feel like I'm maybe not as good at Jamie as drawing, I'm still going to try my best. So in your folder, in the paper section, you should have some blank paper where you can start your drawing. So if I took out my drawing paper, and I like to draw with colored pencils. Sometimes I'll start with regular pencil and then I'll fill in. And so I want to do my best to make the water, even if I thought it was kind of hard. So let me see if I can show you my paper here. I moved it down like this. And it's going to be a little upside down for you, I think, the way that you're going to see it. So I'm going to have, let's see, there's like the back of the lake, and then this is up here. And I'm going to do my best to make the water as beautiful as I remember it. It was kind of sandy too. So I'm adding my blue for the water. And it was like a pretty blue color with like a little bit of green too, so I might mix in some green. Get some green going through in the water too. So there's my water going. And then I want to make the big blue inner tube too. Here we go. Here's a good blue. And then so I'm going to make the blue inner tube. The inner tube. I think that's pretty okay. Doesn't look exactly like an inner tube, but I'm going to be fearless and I'm just going to say, you know what? It's my best that I can do, so it's going to have to work for me. And I have some brown sand up here where we were kind of hanging out on the sand before we got in the water. And Lou was playing with the sand, and that was really cute too, because I don't think she'd ever really seen sand a lot before, a little bit at the beach once. But she was like, whoa, just checking it out on her hands, and she thought it was pretty cool. So there's the sand. And there were a couple little green plants I remember kind of growing up out of the sand too. A couple plants happening, so I'm going to include those. And then I'm going to do my best to draw Lou sitting in the sand too. So, I'm going to do this with regular pencil, I think. So here's Lou sitting in the sand. Or maybe she'll be on the inner tube with me. She was sitting in my lap in the inner tube. So here's me in the inner tube. Here's my legs coming out over the inner tube. And Lou is on my lap. Here is her head. And she's sitting down. Here's her hair. She just has a little bit of hair. And she's looking out that way. And here's me. And I had a hat on, I remember, because it was a little bit sunny. Lou had a hat on too, actually. So I need to change that and make it a hat. And we both had hats on, and I had my sunglasses that she kept trying to take off. There's my hair. I'm in the inner tube. And she is sitting on my lap. There's her little legs. And there's her arms. Reaching for my sunglasses. And I said that she was wearing a swimsuit that was so cute. It was pink and blue. So I'm going to color it in pink and blue. Oh, I don't have pink. I'll just have to use like a red. And her hat kind of had red on it too. And so I can keep adding details. Like I'm not done with my body yet. My body, maybe my hand is hanging out in the water. There's the rest of my body. I'm just being fearless and I'm trying it, even though it's sometimes a little bit hard. Here's my other arm saying, hey, leave my sunglasses alone. And I was wearing a black bathing suit, I think. Black bathing suit. Boy, I could keep doing this for a while, adding details. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to think of a story that is in your heart using the story hand. And then what I want you to do is I want you to tell someone about what you're going to do in your illustrations, and I want you to be fearless. And don't leave out things just because you're not sure how to draw them. Just try it anyway. Just do your best. And then at the end, so make sure that you set a goal and set a timer just like always. And then at the end, make sure you fill out your writing stamina chart. All right, have fun writing and illustrating. Be brave.